All right. I think we are live. We are live. We are live. This evening, we are going to be talking about why celebrating your wins in your life truly matter. Not just in your own personal or professional life, but as a content creator on YouTube. Why it's important for us as YouTube creators to celebrate our wins in life because they truly matter. And we're going to talk about that right now here on the live stream. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the live stream. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, you want to broaden your impact and income through online video, then we want to welcome you to the live stream. I'm your host, Walter Strong. We want to encourage you. As I said, if you're new, if you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe and also click the alert notification button. That will alert you when a new video or live stream goes live. You can watch it and it's going to add value to your life. So, this evening, yes, we're going to be talking about why celebrating your wins truly matter in your life, but particularly we as content creators. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this tonight is because, as you know, we just celebrated Thanksgiving, being able to come together around the table with our families, learning to be thankful not just for the food, but being thankful for one another, being thankful for the blessings that God has given each and every one of us. And it's not a day that we should just in particularly focus on to say we're going to be grateful and thankful for what God has given us, but we need to be thankful every day for the day that God gives us and allows us to breathe the breath of life. And when we become thankful, we become appreciative and we have gratitude. And that's why I believe it's important for us to also celebrate the small wins, celebrate the big wins in our lives. And so let's talk about why is it important for us to celebrate the wins in our lives that we accomplish as content creators. Well, the first reason or the first tip, I believe, as content creators, why we need to celebrate the small wins in our lives is because it helps us to reflect on past accomplishments. As 2021 is coming to a close with a little over close to maybe less than 35 days left, there have been some past accomplishments that you as a content creator, that I as a content creator have been able to accomplish. Now, when we started this year with all this uncertainty, it was probably a challenge and we probably had our concerns on how we would accomplish certain things. But now as we look back at the closure of the end of this month and prayerfully that the closure of this year into a new year of 2022, we have some accomplishments that we have accomplished. And so we need to celebrate them. Now, that those accomplishments could be your first 100 subscribers as a small YouTube creator. That accomplishment could be you posting and uploading your first video. Your accomplishment could be your first collaboration with a YouTube content creator, or it could be with an established, well-known content creator on YouTube who has over 1 million subscribers and 1 billion views. Whatever it is, maybe you get increasing your leads on for your business or increasing your sales for your business through YouTube. These are past accomplishments that we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate and not allow ourselves to become prisoners of the moment. Let me just take a pause right now and acknowledge Mr. Facebook user. Okay, good evening. Good evening. Unfortunately, as much as I like to want to broadcast on the huddle and get this stream out to as many people that I can, you know, Facebook sometimes has a way of just not connecting with StreamYard, but that's all right. We're gonna press in anyway. And so I want to say good evening to you, my good friend, for joining the stream. If you are joining the stream for the first time, or if you're joining the stream this evening, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from, so we can acknowledge you. And certainly if you are on YouTube, I will certainly acknowledge you after this stream is over, and make sure I respond to your comments. But if you are on YouTube, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Give me some feedback, and put in the chat one past accomplishment that you can celebrate this evening as a content creator. One accomplishment that you can think of off the top of your head, because we need to celebrate our wins and not become prisoners of the moment. Prisoners of the moment. You see it happen in sports all the time. If I would use this analogy where um, Aaron Rodgers throws for 5 touchdowns and goes over 400 yards in passing in passing yards, and you look at the latest sports talk shows like Undisputed or First Take, and the discussion is Aaron Rodgers the GOAT because what he did in his past accomplishments uh, over the past day playing football. And so as a result, people become a prisoner of the moment because of the past accomplishments. And so what I'm saying, don't become a prisoner of the moment because of something negatively happening to you. Now, I'm using that analogy to say how sports people and podcasters and people who like talking sports or entertainment or news, they like to become a prisoner of the moment because of what's happening right now. But I'm here to let you know that you may kind of be going through some things right now. You did your latest live stream show, but you were not too happy with the results because you didn't get the views that you were looking for. You didn't get the engagement from the viewers that you were looking for, and you were kind of discouraged. Don't become a prisoner of the moment. I want to encourage you to celebrate your small wins because they truly matter to help you to reflect on your past accomplishments. Not only do they help you to reflect on the past accomplishments, but celebrating your wins, why they truly matter, is because they help to build up your confidence. They help to build up your confidence as a content creator to say, hey, look, if I was able to accomplish these few past goals in the last quarter, then this next project that I'm working on, it's giving me the confidence in knowing that I can accomplish this that I'm planning for in the next coming months or into the next year. Celebrating your wins, why they truly matter, help you as a content creator to build up your confidence. Build up your confidence on camera. Build up your confidence in using new technology. Building up your confidence in developing new skills. Build up your confidence in being able to network and to be able to engage in partnership outside of your comfort zone, because great things are never accomplished in your comfort zone. Is there anyone in the live stream tonight who can agree with that statement? Let me know in the chat. Um, and put hashtag get out of your comfort zone. If you're watching me on YouTube or if you're watching me on the Huddle on Facebook, we are also streaming live on Twitter. Put hashtag get out of your comfort zone. Hashtag get out of your comfort zone, because you can't accomplish great things living in your comfort zone. But when you build up your confidence by celebrating your small wins, by celebrating the big wins, that's why they truly matter. It's going to build up your confidence. And as content creators, we have to build up our confidence. A third point that I want to share why we need to build up our confidence is because it helps to build momentum. Build momentum. When you begin to celebrate your wins, whether small or big, you understand why they truly matter. You begin to build momentum. And when you begin to build momentum, things begin to click, things begin to fall into place in your life as a content creator. The content ideas, the video ideas begin to flow. The right guests that you're trying to bring on the show begin to fall into place, and you're able to bring them on. You're able to add value to your viewers. Hey, if you are getting great value out of this live stream this evening about celebrating your wins in your life because they truly matter, as a content creator, give me a hashtag value in the chat. If you're on YouTube, give me a hashtag value in the comment section of either Twitter or Facebook, because we need to celebrate our wins, for they truly matter, and not become a prisoner of the moment. And so those are in particular three reasons I believe as content creators why we need to celebrate our wins. Now you say, how do I go about celebrating my wins? Do I go out and go and take myself out to dinner, take my family out to dinner? Yeah, that's one way you could do that. You can also go in and maybe go shopping, and since it's Black Friday, go ahead and buy yourself the latest iMac laptop, or mint, or latest Sony camera, or whatever that tickles your fancy from a technology. You could do that too. But let me share with you some practical ways how you can celebrate your wins and you understand why they truly matter. If you're joining me, I see someone just made a comment here. Let me see. Okay, I got another Facebook user. All right. Hello there, my good friend. Praise the Lord. Glad you're checking me out. I tell you, we're gonna work with Facebook. Facebook is gonna have to get on the page. So let's talk about some practical ways you can celebrate your wins in your life, and how you can make them practical. And if you got a piece of paper and a pen, you may want to jot these down. You write down your wins. I heard a content creator a week ago. I think her name is Lanita Houston. She was sharing about the power of journaling in her life, and how she had been journaling such as a young child, and how the power of journaling has shaped her to become the successful young woman that she is today. And I really pondered on her interview, discussion that she did about the power of journeying, and taking the time to write down your past accomplishments, taking the time to celebrate your wins by writing them down. It's going to help you to build your confidence. It's going to help you build your momentum. And so I want you to take the time within the next 24 hours to maybe sit down and write down some of your past victories, the wins that you got. I just jotted down a few of mine that I'm celebrating tonight. And one was that I was able to complete and to get my website finished. In the beginning of the year, I was really focusing on, and I'm going to see if I can pull it up right quick. I wanted to change my branding of my website, because I felt like my website really wasn't speaking to the direction that I wanted to go in as a content creator. Give me 1 second here. Cool. There we go. I got that up. Now let me see if I can share the screen, because I think sometimes visual is better. There we go. And let's share this. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, there we go. See if we got that up there. So one of the wins that I need to celebrate tonight was I was able to accomplish getting my website done this year with the help of my nephew, graphic designer extraordinaire, Dion Mixon Jr. So I want to give him a shout out. And as a result, it's given me the confidence to build my momentum going into 2022. Because the website that I had for the direction I was going in just wasn't speaking to and communicating the message that when I would connect with other people to share with them that the direction that I was going on was being able to help people to 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 broaden their reach and their impact and income through online video. So it was time that I felt to develop and build a new website. And so, with the help of my nephew, we were able to build a new website here that I feel it was representative of the direction I was going in as a content creator. And through his help and his assistance, he's been able to help me to do that. So now I can highlight when I'm interviewed on other different shows. And if other people want to have me come on and to share about YouTube tips and strategies, and also and just in terms about just what it takes to be a successful YouTube content creator slash entrepreneur, and then having social proof of testimonies. These things were important to me in being able to build a new website. And then, of course, with the huddle now that we do every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. See if I can get that to load up there. Okay, there we go. Every Saturday morning, we've been able to have the live stream huddle with bringing on other fellow YouTube content creators, which is another um, a victory, a win that we want to celebrate. But we're able to show it on the website, and this is just a few individuals that this past year we've had on the huddle, from Benji Travis to Dan Courier to Dale Roberts to Jeff Bartz to Miss Eileen and the number one email strategist Letitia Campbell. So we've been able to have some big wins, and now we have an email marketing list that you can be able to subscribe to and become a part of the Huddle community, and to be able to get, a free PDF live stream checklist download. So this is one of the accomplishments that I'm celebrating. And so in the chat, I want you to reflect on, what was something that you were looking to accomplish in 2021 as a content creator. Was it able to get your first 1,000 subscribers and your 4,000 views? Was it that? Well, you need to write that down. Was it, again, able to increase your business leads, and to increase sales for your business, or to become a full-time entrepreneur on YouTube? You need to write that down, because in 2022, the challenges are going to become more challenging. It's like going from high school to college. It's like going from college to pros. So now you've made it this year to the final four, but maybe you didn't make it to the final two. And if we use a college basketball analogy, and you didn't make it to the final two to win the NCAA championship, but now you're going to get drafted to go into the pros in the NBA, and now you're looking to become the number one draft pick. Well, you need to take the time and to write down your wins as a content creator. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion on Friday evening that we're talking about just encouraging ourselves as content creators, give me a hashtag value in the chat of YouTube. And so that's just one of the wins that I need. I'm celebrating. Another one is also being able to, let me scroll down. This year, I had the opportunity to attend Grow with Video Conference with the Think Media and Sean Cannell. Of course, it was virtual, but be able to take the time to invest in myself and to learn from someone else, to be willing to be coached by someone else, what it takes to be successful on YouTube. That was a big win for me. A big win for me, despite the financial challenges that I was facing in my life in 2021. To be able to spend 2 days online and learning from Sean Cannell, learning from Omar, Heather Torres, and being able to be a part of the people who was there. And what was so amazing about that conference, I want to say about maybe 25% of those people that were at that conference, 25%, and I'm being very conservative and liberal in this number, 25% of them didn't even have a YouTube channel yet, but they paid to be a part of this conference because they wanted to be able to partake of this content that he was sharing over the last 2 days of this year. And so being a part of Grow with Video conference there, even though it was virtual, that was a big win for me. Another big win for me was being able to build new relationships as a result of being and attending Grow with Video. I've been able to develop new relationships with you fellow YouTube creators like Paul Andre De Vera, Lewis Rollins, and my good sister Mikhail Milburn, which will all three will be on the Huddle tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And so being able to go to a conference, and I was listening to a video that on video had did about 7 takeaways that he got from VidSummit. And he said one of the key takeaways that he got from it was being in the lobby networking with other content creators. That's where he said deals were being done and collaborations were being formed and relationships were being birthed in the lobby. And so though the conference I went to was virtual, we took it a step further and said, okay, we're going to not only exchange emails, but we connected on one another on LinkedIn and social media. And as a result, we were able to pick a time to be able to collaborate and to do a live stream show together, or to them to be a part of the Huddle being interviewed. And so building new relationships. And so in 2021, what are some of the new relationships that you have established as a YouTube creator? Now, I know I'm speaking primarily to content creators who are on YouTube, but this even applies in life, in our personal and professional lives. There are new relationships that we need to celebrate. There are some old relationships that we have now moved on from, because the old relationships, unfortunately, were not truly adding value to us, and we were no longer adding value to them. And so those old relationships have now run their course. They're no longer a part of our lives, and there are new relationships in our lives. And so if you're getting great value out of this discussion of us just sharing why you need to celebrate your wins, being thankful for the small and big wins in your life, give me a hashtag value in the chat of Facebook, in the comment section, and on Twitter. Okay, so we talked about writing down your wins and celebrating your wins. Another one that I'm going to take the time is to be able to collaborate with other YouTubers. And this is something that I'm still learning, and I've been able to go and to share with other content creators on their shows that I believe the secret sauce of, if you will, of being able to collaborate with other YouTubers, whether if they have the same amount of subscribers that you do, or they're much larger, it's about being genuine and authentic. It's about being transparent and not having any hidden agenda about why you can get them to collaborate with you so that you can get yourself in front of their audience. That's not what real collaboration is about. Real collaboration is about being genuine and authentic, and showing that individual that you want to build a real online relationship with them. Maybe you are a subscriber to their YouTube channel and that you participate in their live streams and their chats, and you're constantly in their comment section. Maybe you're a part of their Facebook group, and you and they are aware of you, and you are aware of them as well. And so collaborating with them from the standpoint that when you look to collaborate with someone, you're saying, how can I add more value to them by us doing a collaboration, whether if it's a collaboration of sharing video to video, or being in the same video together, or doing a shout out collaboration, or primarily the way I collaborate with other content creators is through interviews, is being able to say, but when I bring someone on the huddle, my primary focus is to help them feel welcome, to help them feel wanted and needed, and coming on the show that it's going to add value to them and to their audience. And through our collaboration, us working together, there's a mutual benefit that both parties get from it. And so to be able to do that with individuals that we shared earlier, Dan Courier, Dale Roberts, Jeff Bartz, and so many others that we've had the opportunity, building new relationships, like with my good friend Steve Worthy and James Hicks, giving some shout out collaborations. Um, these have been some key wins for me as a content creator. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to stroke myself. I'm just trying to share this as an example to you who is watching this evening, and especially to those who are going to watch the replay. Uh, if you're going to be watching the replay, this is to encourage you. So hashtag replay for me as you're watching this in the comment section, because there are some new relationships that you have built over the last 30 to 90 days. You need to celebrate. There's some collaborations that you've been able to form and to be a part of. Excuse me. You've been able to be a part of, that you need to celebrate and build the momentum going into 2022. And collaborations, that's going to be beneficial not just for you but for all parties. We talked about in length about having great guests, a part of the huddle. That has been a big win for me. I remember when I first started on doing the live stream huddle, I started out interviewing family and friends, um, being able to just interview people who that I knew who were successful in a particular profession, and who was willing to come on and to share their passion and their purpose that they felt God had given them in their life. And then we graduated to maybe connecting with people on LinkedIn, small business owners and entrepreneurs, and then we took the leap later earlier this year in interviewing other YouTube content creators, rather small or established. And that it's been a great win for us, because it's taught me to cut my teeth. And you maybe want to be an individual who's watching this live stream. You may be listening or watching, and you saying, I want to be able to interview or collaborate with some of the established YouTubers like Mr. Beast or Gary Vaynerchuk. Well, those are some lofty goals and some lofty ambitions. And so I'm certainly not going to be one to shoot you down on that, but I'm going to say you need to learn to cut your teeth. Learn to cut your teeth. Learn, and here's another win that I'm that I have listed, and that's being able to develop new skills. I had to learn the skill of interviewing, being able to interview someone in such a way where they really feel comfortable in being on the show, and they don't feel like they're going to be caught off guard by any type of questions that is going to try to, put them in an unfavorable position, or and being viewed in a certain light, unfavorable. So I had to learn to develop the new skills of interviewing. I had to develop the skills of being able to learn how to reach out to people in a professional and in a correct way, without being spammy, and not being someone who is, like a fanboy. Because when the opportunity came for me to be able to bring on Benji Travis, from Video Influencers, who's the co-author of YouTube Secrets, that was basically a major accomplishment for me. And I remember Benji sharing with me his motivation of why he had said yes. And I'd asked him, and I said, I really appreciate, but just give me your thoughts on that. And he said, not a lot of established YouTubers will say yes to a smaller YouTuber who has less than 500 subscribers. But because I seen the consistency in your work and in your brand and your message, I seen the consistency in your passion, in your message, in your energy, and I saw that you're going somewhere with this, and you have something with this. I want to be a part of the journey, and that's the reason why I said yes. And so that was a big win that I celebrate. And so I'm just sharing that to say to you that there's someone who believes in you. I know things right now are kind of not moving at the pace that you want, but you need to know that there's someone who is in your corner. There's someone that believes in you, and they are miles away from you. They may not be the individual within your four walls, within your home. This individual can be miles away from you, on the other part of the country, or on another part of another country, over in London somewhere. But to have that type of support, that's a big win. And so I don't want you to sell yourself short. Again, most of my videos and live streams, yes, we talk about YouTube tips and strategies, but I thought it was different tonight to come on and just to share some encouragement, to share some motivation, especially to the community that we are all a part of, and the community of creators that are still growing, and maybe we haven't got to 1,000 subscribers, because yes, YouTube is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And so in this marathon, we need to celebrate our victories, we need to celebrate our wins, that we've been able to develop new skills, we've been able to build new relationships, and we've been able to be a part of online or in-person events. And then the last thing I want to share before we get out of here is and another important win that I believe we need to celebrate, and that's developing and learning new technology, learning new software. Um, as I'm being more and more hungry to grow as a content creator, it's challenging me to learn how to edit my own videos, and learning new software, how to edit. And, for years I've always said that I've always been a PC person, but I've took some time over this last 90 days and to really evaluate what type of technology and software are the established successful content creators slash YouTubers are using, such as the people who we talked about earlier, from Sean Cannell, Apple, Michael Hyatt, Apple. Um, some of the new relationships I've developed with partnerships with my good friend Steve Worthy, James Hicks, Apple. I'm finding more and more the successful content creators, the successful video influencers, thought-provoking leaders are all using Mac and Apple. And so it's in 2022, it's challenging me to say, okay, as much as I've been a person who's always loved using PC, the switch has now come for me to start putting things in place to upgrade my equipment, my video equipment, my editing equipment, so that it will be now Apple. So that way I can have cutting edge technology and software that's going to help me to be a successful content creator. And so it's all about building momentum, building your confidence, and celebrating the past accomplishments by you celebrating your wins in your life. Hey, if you've been getting great value out of this conversation about celebrating your wins in your life as a content creator, why they truly matter, give us a hashtag value in the chat section and in the comments section of the Huddle Facebook group. And if you are watching us on Twitter, which we are live streaming, and so tomorrow morning, the Huddle will be on 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Standard Time. We're going to have a panel discussion on what it takes to get noticed on YouTube in 2022 as this year is coming, because YouTube has become such a very saturated and competitive platform, but that new creators are starting new YouTube channels by the dozen each day. There's tons of video being uploaded each day. And so, how do you get noticed? How do you stand out? And so, we're going to have a panel discussion interview with our good friends, Paul Andre de Vera, Lewis Rollins II, and last week's guest, Mikhail Milburn. We're going to have a nice panel discussion and share. And so, if you have some questions and you have some concerns about some challenges you're having, we certainly welcome you to be a part of the Huddle tomorrow at 11 a.m. And join us. Let's see here. We have another person who's just made a thing here. Let's go here. Okay, there we go. So who do we got here? Bear with me 1 second. Perfect. Yes, the one, the only Mr. Steve Worthy. Yes. I want to salute you, my good friend. Tonight, we've been talking about celebrating your wins, why they truly matter, and why we need to write down our wins as content creators. And one of the wins that I have written down that I'm celebrating tonight is the building and developing the new relationships. And certainly me and you have been able to develop and build an online relationship that's not just on camera, through our various shows that we've been a part of, but just being able to have some personal time and to talk via either by Google Meet or Zoom, and just to kind of just be men talking one-to-one to encourage one another. Another good friend, Mr. Ash Bolin, all the way over there in London. He has been another great new relationship. And so just it's about celebrating your wins, or as we all did yesterday, sitting in the circle or standing around in the circle, giving thanks. The statement was probably made, name one thing that you're thankful for. If the person may probably said, I'm thankful for the food. No. What is one thing you're thankful for? And so too many times people want to be lazy. Sometimes people don't want to be challenge themselves to say, what am I really appreciative and thankful for in my life? And you have to be thankful for, you got to be thankful for, definitely hashtag replay. We got to be thankful, and not only thankful, but you got to celebrate. If you got a phone call tomorrow morning about, let's say, about 11:30, you got a phone call that there was a publishing clearinghouse representative coming to your house and going to knock on your door and said, Mr. Worthy, I have a package for you. I have a package for you that inside this package is a check for $1 million. And you get the check, you go to the bank and deposit it, and you find out it's a legitimate check. You're going to be doing so much celebrating in your life because you got that check. But when it comes to us as content creators, we don't know how to celebrate with the small victories in our lives. Let me say, you know, we got to celebrate. We got to celebrate our victories in our lives as content creators. One video at a time, one live stream at a time. We got to stop sitting on content. I'm stepping on my own toes. I'm stepping on my own 5 fingers. We got to stop holding back on content and get that content out, See, the more we get into this discussion, the legends are starting to come out at night. There was to be a song that my good friends Ecstasy and Jaleel used to say that the freaks came out at night. But see, we're not looking for freaks tonight. This is a PG live stream. The legends are coming out. Mr. James Hicks, we've been talking about celebrating your wins. And see, Mr. James Hicks is another one of those new relationships that we've been building in 2021 going into 2022. So I appreciate these brothers. I really appreciate them. Yes, sir. We got to get that content out. And see, that's why I believe Mr. James is going to challenge me and Steve to get that content out and to show us to take our content creation to another level, just through the relationships that we're building, the collaborations that we're building. And it don't matter if you are on the East Coast, West Coast. It's about being in the right place at the right time with the right people. And so that's what we're doing tonight. And so just want to come on, talk about celebrating your wins. Write down your wins. Right? If it's just 3 things that you've accomplished. Like I said, being able to develop new relationships with these gentlemen that are here in the chat tonight in the huddle with me, that lets me know I'm headed. I'm building the momentum. I'm building the confidence that I know that I got these legends not behind me, but on side of me, one to the right and to the left. They say, hey, look, we in this together. No egos here. That's what it's about in being in content creation. And when we need to be encouraged, we can all say, hey, look, let's just get on a Zoom call and encourage one another. And so that's what this discussion tonight has been about, to encourage you, to encourage me. I learned a long time ago when I became an ordained minister in the church and I was asked to preach. One of the things that my pastor taught me a long time ago, and that is, you teach, you share, you preach as if there is 5,000 people in the room, though there only may be 5, though there may only be 1. You preach and teach like you're speaking to 5,000 people. Don't let numbers move you. And so we've learned not to let numbers move us, not to let the lack of who's there and who's not, the right people who need to hear this encouraging word tonight on celebrating your wins in your life, why they truly matter. Hashtag replay. We will see it all in the chat. We will see it all in the comments. And so that's what it's all about. And so we want to thank each of you who took the time out your schedule to come and to be a part of the live stream. And tomorrow we're excited. We're having a panel discussion on the Huddle with some great guests. Again, Paul Andre de Vera, Lewis Rollins II, Mikhail Milburn. We're all just going to get together as creators at 11 a.m. Eastern time and just have a discussion on, what we have learned, what it takes to stand out on YouTube, what it takes to get noticed fast on YouTube. We're going to share our thoughts, and here's some questions from the audience, and just be able to, have a great discussion. So, again, if you haven't had an opportunity yet to subscribe to my channel, we encourage you to, because our goal is to help you broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video. That's what our YouTube channel is about. And so, if that's something you want to do, we are so humbled that you will give us the opportunity to serve you in doing that by you subscribing to the channel and clicking the alert notification button. That will alert you when a new video or live stream goes live. You can watch it, and it is going to add value to your life. And so, to all of those who've watched us this evening, we want to say to you, have a safe and happy holiday weekend. We will see you tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. on the Huddle. Until then, you have a great night and celebrate your wins in your life.